We are live with day 14 with my Unemployed with a PhD podcast. News are that we don't have access to the Zoom anymore, so
Broke.
yeah, so I probably have to get a subscription or something or whatever because obviously I'm unemployed. I can't use my institution's Zoom anymore, but yeah,
Sport.
so today we're just gonna talk about the unrest in LA, and I'm gonna let you go first, Mike, because my first question is what being portrayed in the news a little bit of an exaggeration of what's actually happening on the streets, or what do you think? Obviously, we should be on the streets to actually know, but I would like to know your take on that.
Regarding the media, American media specifically is notorious for manufacturing consent. If you can manufacture the consent of the populace, then you really don't have any major problems in the future, any blowback. Um, all they really need is one Molotov to hit one Marine, and then you have the consent of the American people. The public as a whole would be like, yeah, send in more troops. In fact, shut down LA as a whole. In fact, as it is now, though, it is just a protest. I think the media right now is doing a bad job, but it's hard to. If I consume all forms of media, I consume right wing and left wing media, and of course whatever the liberal media is, the majority of it all. Um, I consume most of it. Even people I don't like. So I get to see a lot of different perspectives, and I sift through a lot of the nonsense because there's a lot of nonsense. Um, but you know what I'm saying, I can do that. I can see through the trees. Um, I don't know, man. I don't think this goes well.
Oh,
I think it's
really?
2025. Oh yeah, it's 2025.
Oh,
Summer just
really?
started. The streets are hot. Look back at 2020. It just got bigger and bigger until it hit ahead. I think as long as ICE is moving in the streets heavy like that, then people aren't gonna like it. This is North Mexico basically. It's Los Angeles. There's crazy Hispanic
I mean,
population out here. Massive amount of people out here.
we
So
haven't
like,
seen anybody killed so far, though, right?
not yet. Yeah, not
Right.
yet. Like I said,
And
this. I
that's
mean, really,
why.
and also it's been pretty chill. Like,
Yeah, because no, like I look at my own country's news and they're like, California's gonna try to get independence. Is it gonna separate from the U.S.? Things are getting crazy. I mean, like, y'all need to relax a little bit, okay?
yeah,
Like,
I don't think it's that
I
serious.
feel like it's just clickbaits. It's just to get the
Yeah, it's
likes,
that.
get the views. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's all good, it's all chill, but I'm saying it's manageable. It's just people fighting, and I feel that it's just being used. I mean, the thing about Trump is he wants to do everything he said he would do,
Hmm.
and I think after he reaches the third threshold, and after the back and forth with Gavin Newsom ends, he'll just like worry about something else because I don't think he cares that much about what's happening. He's just trying to send a message, try
Yeah,
to put his fist on
it's
the
his.
table.
It's that his ego's definitely involved, but I mean that's how he moves. People like that about him. Like it's not a surprise. Like he's not about to let somebody be like no to him. He's gonna be like, nah, I'm the big man in charge. At least that's how he wants to portray himself. So, sending in Marines will be a show of force. They're not here yet, by the way.
Mm.
Let the record show they're not here, but they have been tapped. 2-7 up in 29 Palms have been tapped. It's a grunt unit. It's an infantry unit. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not MPs who are trained to deal with like QC and crowd control and whatnot. Like, um, it's
I mean, Trump is a businessman. I feel that everything he does, it's not. I feel like that's how I see him. Everything he does
mhm.
or says is just a negotiation tactic to up the ceiling of where he can go
Mhm.
with the with the result at the end. And I feel that everything he's doing is just raising the ceiling to get something out of it at the end. It's not like he's actually gonna get involved and like arrest Gavin Newsom or kill people or I mean if it happens it's not because he wanted it to happen, it's because maybe someone slips up or what, you disagree?
I don't know.
You don't know. Oh, interesting.
You really don't know. Like it's kind of like being in a relationship with somebody. Like, dang, you could be with somebody for 20 years and then they're having an affair all of a sudden 20 years later, and you're like, wait, I thought I knew this person. You really just don't know. Sometimes people don't do things because it's illegal and because it's against the law and because it's frowned upon by society. But if they had their choice, so I'm not saying he would. I'm not saying that's his goal, obviously, because that would have been done already. But make no mistake, there are people who in his cabinet who actively would love some civil unrest so they could push some power
I mean, what
moves
happened
in.
in 2020 was a lot worse than what's happening
Right now,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. For
It
now,
was all over the country. It wasn't just in a specific.
it was international. The George Floyd protest
Yeah.
officially were the Black Lives Matter protests because that's officially what it would be called. But they're the world's biggest civil rights movement per person per country. More countries involved, more people per
And
country.
yeah,
Like it was
so
a
it's
massive
just
movement.
they had the issues with the riots and all of that, and like looting
Yeah,
what targets and stores and whatever. But
yeah, yeah.
it just ended. I know it was COVID. It could have escalated more if it wasn't COVID. Then you can always find a way to justify.
I
whatever.
think because it was
But
COVID, it was so big. The I mean,
the
it's
media.
like people aren't
People were
working.
home. People were home. And
People
just,
are home. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
they had time. They
Yeah.
had time to go do
That's
it.
a
You know
good
what I'm saying?
point.
That was
Yeah, that's
that
a
was the
good
best
point.
time. But if a bunch of people are unemployed, then they
I
have
mean,
time.
maybe that's why we're talking about it. It's because we're
We
unemployed.
are. That's why it's popping
That's
right now.
actually
'Cause
a good point.
a lot of people aren't don't have work. You know what I'm saying? They're like, actually, yeah, I don't have to. I have time to go protest this thing.
That's actually a good point. I didn't think about it. No, that's sad. It is sad.
It's sad.
It's
Yeah.
sad if you see it.
Idle hands. Idle hands are the devil's work. That's
So, yeah, it's just. I mean, in my country, lots of nonsense. Like California's gonna get separate, and they start going into the details of the Hispanics, and I feel like if there's some sort of expert on what's happening in Cali, I'm like, I feel that I feel it's just gonna die a little slowly, unless someone does something really stupid.
that's what everyone's waiting for is somebody to do something stupid. But also like I don't think it's a conspiracy theory when there's like too much evidence. If there's not enough evidence, if you are gathering evidence to combat a major theory, like the major idea, the major popular opinion, then it's a conspiracy theory because you're gathering evidence to oppose it. But if there's really good evidence for something, then that's not a conspiracy theory. It's evidence. Pallets of bricks appearing during protests. Come on. What regular everyday person has access to pallets of bricks? You know how much a pallet of bricks costs? Probably hundreds of dollars, probably hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Bricks are not cheap. You can't just get a brick. You can get a brick from a Home Depot. You can't get a pallet of bricks. It takes a forklift to drop those off. They have to be carried on a special truck. It's a pallet of bricks. How are those getting put during protests? Where are those getting put at? In the middle of protests. In the middle of these protests that cop cars can't get to, the ambulances can't get to. Come on. Doesn't make any sense. I'm worried that to manufacture consent, it would be so easy. All it takes is one bad agent, one good actor, one person in the right place to do one thing. I don't like the whole conspiracy theory of like, oh, these are paid actors and stuff like that. But like,
I mean, look, in my country, what they would do usually whenever there's this big anti-government protest, the government will literally send people to act as protesters so that they do stupid things, so that it makes the protesters look bad.
yeah,
And then or gives an excuse for the government agents to escalate.
yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised if
Yes.
that happens, but I feel that again, it's not that Trump he just wants to send the message. I don't think he cares that much about image.
At the end of the day,
perspective.
he's only president for 4 years, and the powers that be existed long before him and will exist long after him.
Yeah.
And their vision of what America should be is the real problem. That's what we need to be concerned about. what Donald Trump wants is nice, but if he can't make it happen because he's only president for 4 years, then it's not going to happen.
I mean,
And after he's out, it's
I
over.
mean,
But what they
he
want,
kind of has the logic on his side. I mean, we can go back and forth on that, like, because he is arresting to the most people who immigrated here illegally. So he has the logic here on his side. Now you can always tell me that I understand. It's a fair argument when you say that if the ancestors of the colonizers came here illegally, why can't my ancestors come here illegally? And it's always a back and forth of
that's not the argument I thought you'd take on it. It's a good argument. It's very fair.
I'm not endorsing it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I did not expect you to say that.
I'm saying from a logic perspective, because again, you can't go to a country illegally, from a logic perspective. But those who are defending immigrants, there's a lot of things saying. Okay, there's the idea that they came from wars. I mean, I'm talking about illegal ones, not legal ones, obviously.
Yeah.
So they came from wars. They have the right for clean water and all of that. But there's also the argument that why are your grandparents allowed to come here illegally and not my mom and dad? Or so, I mean, I'm interested to know what your take is on this, and then we can continue with.
I mean, I low key kind of agree. I think that our whole asylum system, our whole immigration process is incredibly antiquated. We're using decades old software to do this job that could honestly be done
with AI
via computers and AI. Honestly, an AI, like a little camera, and you walk through and it takes your picture and you give your fingerprint, and now the U.S. government has your biometrics and your facial registration and your weight because you walked over a scale. We know who you are, what you look like, where your stuff is, and now you're in the country, and it's real easy, and you get your citizenship, and it takes a little time. It could be so simple. It could be so simple and so safe. We could do both. It could be safe and simple and fast, and have everyone do whatever they want. But instead, it's really complicated and hard, and it's sometimes just cheaper and easier for people to be like, I'm going to run the border at night. It's much faster. Illegal, yes. Yes.
I mean, that's the whole.
Yeah, of course. That's the point. But like, at the same time, like, I don't know. I've been to Europe. And you can just go to France and then Germany and then the Netherlands and then Austria. It's nothing. They don't even.
It's open borders because of the Schengen area. I would understand when Europeans would complain maybe about illegal immigration because the Europeans
How can you even track them?
No, because Europeans, they're native to Europe, right? It's quote unquote their land, but when it comes to the U.S. and specifically, you would say that. I mean, I understand it's been 400 years ago, 500 years ago. You can't just extrapolate this logic to here. It's a back and forth.
It's like less than 300 years. America is only 269, 68 years old.
Yeah, but like when
270.
When the ancestors first came here, like what 1400s, 1500s, 1600s. Yeah,
I think 16s, maybe 15s.
Yeah, I mean around like 3-4 centuries ago. So the whole idea is that's the logic that some of the
16,
people
16, 20.
people defending the illegals here is, and then there's obviously the logic that you came here illegally, you should leave. You can't just have a random person come into your house. You're not gonna be okay with it, and that's why. But I feel that because Trump kind of have. I don't want to say stronger argument, kind of a more, I don't want to even say accepted. It's more like the first argument that pops into your mind, like you're here illegally, you should leave. Then
I think a lot of people don't have a problem with the fact that it's illegal. I think the issue is that it's how they're going about the deportation is the big issue now.
Okay, you mean due process?
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that it's a big job, but at the same time, like conservatives again love the attacking Obama argument, where they'll be like, "Well, Obama had deported 3 times the amount during his presidency," and it's like he did, and liberals didn't lose their mind. Why?
Why? Yeah, tell me why. I don't know.
Because it was done properly. Because the liberals care about the rule of law, and if it's done properly and follows habeas corpus, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, cool."
Would you?
All those people got due process. You're here
Okay.
illegally in a court of law. We've proven it. Leave. That's dang. That sucks. You got caught, and now you got to leave the country. But that's the law. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do about that? But
Yeah,
at the same time, if
I
I'm
feel.
pulling you off the street, if I'm pulling you out of a court where you're at immigration court, it's like dang. Like what? This is the right thing. That's what America asks for right now. Is like do the right thing. Like if you're gonna come here, you gotta do your immigration court. You gotta go. You get your paperwork done. You gotta get the registration, get your license.
I mean, that's literally
You know what I'm
me
saying?
right now. Like, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to deal with all of that.
But imagine if they just came in like, remember like they can at this point now they're just like yeah if we think even it's as a student like if you think you're pro Hamas then we're gonna kick you out of the country and it's like because you're here on a student visa. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. No, look. That's the issue also that a lot of liberals are raising is that the government can always say that we don't believe you, and they can if they don't do due process, like even if you're an American citizen and you show your
yeah,
paperwork,
exactly.
they can say, oh, we don't believe you. We're gonna kick you out.
Yeah,
You,
they don't even
you,
have to ask you for your paperwork.
Yeah, your
They can just
paperwork is
arrest you.
fake. Your paperwork is fake.
Yeah,
I don't care about it. I mean, maybe that's
yeah.
what happened with some of the nationals that they deported, which was very weird.
I mean, yeah, like my buddy was saying, he's like it's never been safer to be black in L.A. because they're straight up just hunting down Hispanics in the street. So you're not in danger anymore. But like Hispanic people, which is so many people in L.A. are like have to kind of walk on eggshells. That's why they're out in the streets.
I see.
A protest is the language of the unheard. These people have genuine concerns and fears. Their friends and family are here on immigration, varying levels of immigration, and it seems like anybody's up for game at this point. So it's like,
I feel
be
that
safe.
I don't know if you agree. I feel that California. That's some analysis I had in my mind. California was kind of put in a position where like, just let us be.
Mm,
Like keep us away from all the politics of the entire world, of all the politics of everything else. Like y'all, Democrats and Republicans can fight as much as you want. Yes, we will vote because we have some sort of opinion. Yes, we
mm.
will probably give an opinion on what's happening, whatever, in the Middle East or everything else. But just keep us out of the whole political conflicts or political issues y'all have across the world and across the states. And that's how I saw it when I moved in here. I feel that it's like California is just its own thing. We just pay our taxes and everyone lives together peacefully, right? So all nationalities, all immigration status, all ethnicities. So I don't know, like the fact that Trump is getting involved directly with Newsom right now is just taking away this identity that Cal have. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think that California is again the fourth biggest GDP, the fourth biggest economy on the planet, has a bigger GDP than Europe. Europe, the whole thing. In California, like it actually pays more money in taxes than the state of Texas receives. um, Literally 80 billion to like 70 billion. Like it's we subsidize other states.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I don't think California would secede because it's still an American state. I think that they have the economic resources to secede, but I don't think we have like the military power to secede. Like
Oh no, I'm not
Marine.
saying that we're gonna secede or we're gonna separate or we're gonna
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I'm just saying that we are sort of unspoken law. We are like a state that's kind of like kept away from all the politics that's happening in the world. Like we don't get involved. We don't.
I think a lot of that is Gavin Newsom. Actually, it's a lot of the elected officials, like Senator Padilla and stuff like that. Like they go kind of hard to keep California a little independent of like what some decisions are. For the most part, though, I wouldn't. I'm not like a fan, but I don't know. I feel like it still affects us. Like here, ICE is doing deportation raids in California, but not Florida. They're doing deportation raids in California, but not North Dakota,
Okay.
not Texas. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, those are red states. I'm not gonna go there and do it.
Okay.
I say North Dakota because they have a huge agricultural business. They're
Okay.
agribusiness,
Okay.
and they have a lot of plant farms. Guess who works on those farms? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. For sure it's only gonna escalate. Only gonna escalate. People are not done. As long as A is happening, B will happen.
I see. Yeah, I don't know.
And A is
I
not
feel
gonna
I feel
stop
it's gonna
happening.
die with time. I mean, like everything dies with time, obviously. But
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna escalate. I think it's just. I think
You don't
Trump.
think so?
I don't think so because I think Trump's gonna. He has other stuff to worry about.
He
Than
does.
like you have all the wars happening, and he said I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop
he
all these
does.
wars, and there's the nuclear deal with Iran and all of that. So I feel
Yeah.
that yeah, he's just new in office. He's trying to send a message, try to put his fist on the table, show them I'm here, be careful, all of that, which is kind of what he did on his first term with the bans on countries. But then things worked out because yeah, people in 2019 were fine. It wasn't like when he was first got in at 2017. So yeah,
You know, I mean, he's got 3 more years. But I think the summer protests only go through the summer. I don't think they're going to go into the winter or anything like that, like into the fall.
you think once you think once they start hiring again, they stop the protests because then people have jobs again.
Got to get paid. Got things to do.
Okay. Any final comments before we wrap it up, or just that's it? Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're protesting, don't do anything dumb. If you see Marines, it's over. Just go home.
Really?
Don't even put them in a situation. That's what I'm telling you. That's the powder keg right there. If Marines get attacked, they will defend themselves. Not appropriately. They're not trained to do that. They're going to defend themselves and make mission. So it's just that's what they want. They want Marines to get attacked so they can send in worse to make it worse. Don't feed into it. It's not worth it. You feed into the beast.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. That was our take on the unrest in LA, and I'll see y'all probably tomorrow because I'm still unemployed.